This is Mike Miller with the Orioles Hangout. We have Brad Komminsk, the Bowie Baysox manager, here with us today. We're going to do little updates on some of the players here on the Baysox. Brad, I want to start off asking you about a guy who's now in AAA, Zach Britton. Some people think that he could move up to the big leagues pretty fast this year. Do you think his stuff at this point in his career could play at the big league level?
Hi, Tony. How are you? I haven't seen you in about 4 months. Do you still run the Hangout? Just a question. That's my question to you. All right. Yeah, Zach. I mean, obviously, I think Zach probably needs a little bit of seasoning in AAA. I mean, he's got good stuff. Time will tell. But I know he had his first outing in Norfolk was very good. He pitched solid for us. I think his stuff is good enough to play in the big leagues. Yeah, I think you guys just need to get seasoned. I think more than anything.
He's known for his ground balls. He can miss bats also. Does he remind you of anybody in the big leagues right now or in the past?
I've been in the big leagues a long time, so I don't know. I worry about the Bowie Baysox.
Right.
I think it's good for us.
Another guy in the rotation, Corey Spoon. You saw him here in 2008. Do you feel like he's back to his pre-surgery level?
He's probably not far away. Stuff-wise, is pretty good. He needs to get better command of his pitches, I think. Right now he's walking too many guys, and he just needs to have better command and to trust his stuff a little bit more. But his stuff is good enough to pitch at higher levels, definitely.
When you say trust his stuff, would you like to see him just attack hitters more?
Yeah, I would like to see him not nibble around and pick and go right after guys. Yes.
Another guy in the rotation, Steve Johnson. When you first saw him in Bowie at the end of last season, you've been with him almost a year now. Is he regressing at all? Are you pleased with sort of the progression you've seen this year?
I think his command issues have been more than anything. Maybe his ball's flying out a little bit too, but it just seems like he's behind hitters a lot. And you get behind hitters, good hitters are going to hurt you a little bit, and that's what's happened to Steve. I think he's got some balls up, and he's been hurt by it. But I don't think his command was as good as last year, although I haven't looked at the numbers. But he needs to get ahead of guys a little bit more. And he's still got the same stuff, I think, but it's just a matter of getting ahead and get some confidence going again.
Are you seeing any mechanical issues with him at all?
No, I'm not a mechanic guy, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm. Now, we've talked in the past about Yohi Tanaka sort of pitching in the zone maybe a little too much. Are you seeing that with Johnson maybe leading to the large amount of home runs he's given up this year?
I don't think he's pitching too much. No, I just don't think he's making the pitches that he's capable of making more than anything.
Mm-hmm. Shifting to the bullpen, guy Jim Hoey, he's sort of been stuck here in AA the past couple of years. Velocity's never been a question with him. He's got that, upper 90s fastball. But it seems like this year he's been using it to pitch down in the zone a little bit more. Do you think his stuff at this point in his career could maybe play a little bit better at the big leagues than it has in the past?
If he's down in the zone, he's pretty good, yeah. It's just a matter of him staying down there. I think his slider has improved. He's working on a split finger that he's throwing some good ones also. So, as long as he's down in the zone, once he overthrows a little bit and gets up in the zone, that's when he gets in trouble. He gets behind guys, and guys can get better swings off him.
Now, another guy in the bullpen that can certainly crank it up velocity-wise is Brandon Cooney. But the nice thing about him, he's also been getting ground balls. What have you been seeing from Brandon Cooney that you've liked so far?
He's just does a heavy sinker. He gets ground balls. He goes right after guys. He's obviously a pretty big presence on the mound right now. Again, probably for him too, command more than anything. He needs to be able to locate a little bit better. But he's got a great arm and a good worker.
Now, he had success in Frederick. He's having success here in Bowie. Do you think once he sort of harnesses that command, he can maybe be fast-tracked to Baltimore?
Yeah, possibly, yeah. That's without question. He's got good stuff. It's just a matter of like all guys, or a lot of guys, just being able to command him more than anything.
Mm-hmm. A couple of lefties in the bullpen, Wilfredo Perez, Pedro Viola. Perez lost his 40-man spot to Viola. Can you sort of compare the two? What are you seeing? What does one do different than the other?
One's 90 plus, the other one's 80 miles an hour. Wilfredo has a good curveball, but Wilfredo isn't pitching, so he's off the radar until he starts pitching again. Viola has a good arm. He is erratic at times. He's got a really quick delivery that he needs to learn how to repeat a little bit better. But he's got good stuff when he's under control and down in the zone.
Is Wilfredo close to returning?
I don't think he's close until he takes the mound.
Okay.
It's been a long time, so we'll see. Hopefully he is, but I guess time will tell. He's thrown a bullpen or two, so just a matter of a progression more than anything.
Now, shifting to the lineup, Brandon Waring. A lot of fans maybe expect a little bit more than he's put out this season. Are you a little disappointed with his numbers so far?
I don't know if I'm disappointed. I was maybe expecting a little better average, a little more contact. But if if you take his strikeouts away and his average, his numbers aren't bad. He's got 12 home runs and like 37 RBIs or something. So, basically for the first half of the year, it's not horrible by any means. There's some things he needs to work on, and become more consistent to the plate with. But he's still got a lot of ability. I mean, I don't think he's given up on him by any means. It's just a matter of him taking some stuff out of the games on a more consistent basis.
When you watch Waring, do you see a guy who can develop sort of a 30 home run stroke at higher levels?
I want him to hit 13 in Bowie first. I'm not even worried about AAA right now for him. I'm worried about him here, to be honest with you.
And defensively with Waring, we've seen him a lot at third base. He's made some errors. He's also played some first base. Where do you like him, third or first?
I think he's done a good job at third. I mean, his range is okay. He catches the ball. He's a pretty accurate arm. And he's played good at first too. So, I think he's a corner guy, just depending on the need or maybe a little bit of both.
Another guy where defensive, there was questions defensively entering the season was Ryan Adams. He's made some great strides in the past couple months. What are you seeing out of Adams as of late?
Oh, he's swinging the bat really well. I mean, he's hitting the ball good. Defensively, still needs work. And he's working out. I mean, he's got a lot better from what he was day one. Day one, he wasn't very good. Now he's serviceable out there. He needs to, he needs to keep working there, turning double plays and working on his range and get a little more energetic, maybe, and have a little more urgency with, when he catches the ball, he just kind of everything's so slow. So hopefully he'll pick things up a little bit.
Do you think he has a future at second base?
I don't know. I'll tell you after the year. I mean, he's playing good. He's improved there. He's made huge strides this year, so I wouldn't count him out. No.
Another guy, Tyler Henson. Do you think he can stick as a third baseman, or do you like him more as an outfielder?
I mean, he plays there once a week, so I don't know if he's going to stick there anytime soon. But I mean, he's a very athletic guy. I like him in the outfield because he has some range. He has a decent arm. He can run balls down. So I like him there, but he can play third too. I think if you ran him out there every day, really make some errors. I'm sure he will until he keeps. I mean, he'll be a work in progress and keep improving. But I don't have a problem running him anywhere, to be honest with you, third or the outfield.
He had a great June. Do you see him sort of developing another power stroke with him down the road?
Well, I don't know what he'll. I don't think he'll hit a ton of home runs, but he might hit 10 to 15, which is not bad. I think he'll drive in some runs. He can steal a base for it if you need to, and he plays good solid D, so has a chance to be a pretty good player.
And finally, behind the plate, Caleb Joseph. Are you satisfied with his defensive progression so far?
Yeah, he's done it for a young catcher. He's done a pretty good job. He keeps working on blocking balls. I know he's working on his throwing. It probably his one weakness is his throwing right now, just the consistency.
I was going to ask you.
Arm strength.
Yeah. Okay.
Their percentage is very good stealing against him, which a lot of it isn't his fault. I think a lot of times he's had really no chance of throwing a guy out just because the pitcher's been so slow to the plate on numerous times. So, I don't think that's a true gauge of what's going on with him. But yeah, he definitely needs to improve his release times.
Do you think we'll see him maybe at first base, the outfield a little bit more this season?
No, once a week, one or the other.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks a lot, Brad. I appreciate it.
You got it, Mikey. See you, Tony.